today's episode of Seance with My Siblings, we will be discussing some sensitive topics. So,
we unknowingly all decided to pick stories that deal with suicide. So, if this isn't your cup of tea, head on over to one of our other episodes.
Yes. And if you or a loved one are dealing with thoughts of suicide, you can reach out to the suicide hotline at 988 or
you text 741-741. 741-741. And that's for the United States, Canada, UK, and Ireland. 741-741.
And you text like home.
Home. 741-741.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
All right. Here we are.
Have
Any of you guys seen any good movies lately?
Yes.
Hell yeah, we have. Watch Sinners.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was really good. I really liked it. I wish I would have watched it in theaters.
It was
one of those. Yes.
It's always a bummer when you miss it in theaters.
Yeah. But no, it was really, really good.
It was.
10 out of 10 would recommend. Go watch it. It's
Vampires. I watched The Painted. It's about haunted, murdery paintings. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was really fun to drink and make fun of, though.
That sounds like a gay thing that I won't delve into. The Painted.
Oh. What? I don't get it.
I'm so fucking scared right now. Is that like dick art?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Painted peenies.
Yeah.
Painted peenies.
That could be a band name.
That could be a band name.
Or an album name.
Yeah, what genre would they be?
Indie,
for sure.
Indie folk.
Yeah. Yes.
My peenar turned into I don't know what.
A peacock.
A peacock.
It wouldn't ever explicitly say penis, but it would always be alluded to.
Yep.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Have you guys seen the Puff the Magic Dragon tattoo?
What?
The Puff the Magic Dragon tattoo. Is that a movie or an actual tattoo?
It's an actual tattoo on some guy's dick and balls.
Oh my God.
I have not seen that.
I was about to look it up.
You should look it up.
The Puff the Magic Dragon tattoo. Jesus.
Okay.
Listeners.
Anyway, penis.
If we haven't said it enough, don't worry.
We'll say it more. Yeah.
Anyway, movies. They were good.
I want to see The Substance. I just haven't yet.
We are going to go see, I say we, like, all three of us are going to go see The Weapons today.
What's that?
At 2:30. It is, I actually have only seen one trailer. And from it looks like there might be, like, some witchcraft, a lot of body gore, which isn't my favorite thing, but I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a scary one.
Well, you'll have to tell me if it's worth seeing.
Yeah.
Because I will not attend that with you this day.
There's another one that I talked myself out of seeing because it also looks like a lot of body horror together.
Oh,
that one looks
I
wild.
watched a review about that one, and I don't want to pay to see it in a theater. I'm going to see it when it comes out on a streaming platform, but I do want to see it. But yes, it is a lot of body horror.
Mm-hmm.
And the reviewer I watched loves body horror.
Oh.
But yeah, that's usually not my thing. I prefer like supernatural.
And I can handle body horror, but I feel like it needs to serve a purpose and it can't be the whole point.
Yes. Yeah. I do like a good slasher though.
I do, yeah.
A good slasher.
But I feel like that's different than just
different.
like body horror for the sake of body horror.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, they're definitely different.
That's why they're called, one is the body horror genre and one is a slasher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can have both in the same film.
You can. You very much can.
Yes.
And a secret third option.
Is it up the poop chute? Is that the secret third option?
Always.
I am just super upset and distraught that I didn't get to see Ghost in Las Vegas. I bet that show just like fucking was the best.
I have had at least 64 crash outs because I did not get to see Ghost on their tour that they're doing.
I know. I was listening to the Morbid podcast, and Elena is already has seen them in Boston, and I'm like,
must be fucking nice.
Were they in Boston while we were there?
No.
It was just after we left to Massachusetts. I love you, Massachusetts. I love you so much. I miss you.
I want to go back to there.
Same. I want to spend time in Boston this time.
Yes.
Same.
Yes, it was so good. If you get the chance, go to Massachusetts. And if you're from Massachusetts,
we love you.
Rock on.
We love your state.
Adopt us.
Can we move to there?
Please.
I don't know that I can handle the winters, though. That's the one thing I'm afraid
The winters
of.
here are shit, too.
I know, but I hear they're even harder there.
Ooh.
And I get super depressed in the winter. It's not a good time. It's not fun for anyone. I just sit and rot on my couch after work. It's not fun.
Yeah.
No, wait, no.
But yeah, if you have movie recommendations for us,
Final Destination
send
was
them.
good.
Oh, Final Destination. I still have not seen it. The Bloodlines one, the newest one.
I'm trying to rewatch. I haven't seen some of them, so I'm trying to rewatch them and watch the ones I haven't seen because it's like a continuation.
It's almost
right?
not relevant. Almost. Yeah.
And then maybe because I've seen like the first. I think the one that was like the choose your own adventure
I think
one.
that's number
the last
3.
one. I think that's the last one I've seen.
3 or 4, yeah. I think that's 3.
Mm.
I had that on DVD, and every
Same.
sleepover,
Yeah.
we'd pull that freaking thing out and say, hey guys, you want to watch a movie? And they'd be like, yeah. And I was like, it's a scary movie. And they're like, oh, that's okay. And I was like, it's a choose your own adventure scary movie. They're like, yay.
Oh.
It was good. Good times.
That is so fun.
Times.
You would have been fun to have at a slumber party, KK.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well,
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm Shandy,
I'm Craig.
And I'm Kylie.
and this is
Seance with my siblings.
Haunted
Hiking.
Hiking.
Trails Edition.
We're going on a hike.
Ooh.
Welcome to the seance. Sounds like a...
Sounds like a laughing ghost.
Never mind what I was gonna say about the ghost.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm going to be yapping your ears off about the National Grand Canyon North Rim.
Ooh.
Mhm. There have been several sites
Me too, Shelby. Me too.
in and around the North Rim of the National Park Canyon. All activity seems to point to a spirit referred to by the locals as the Wandering Woman.
Ooh.
This female apparition is said to be dressed in a white dress that is adorned with blue flowers. She has been observed frequently on the trail at night. It is said that she may be heard crying. No one knows or understands why she seems to be sad. However,
Is this fucking play about
is
us?
this play about us? It is rumored that she is searching for her child and husband.
This is like a La Llorona.
Yeah, basically, is what it kind
A
of was.
weeping woman.
Yeah, a weeping woman, the wailing, the wandering woman. She's also called like the the wailing woman, the woman in white. Yeah, she kind of fits into all of that just because of her story. So, okay. So, no one knows or understands why she seems to be sad. However, it is rumored that she is searching for her child and husband. Many believe her death may have originated at the Grand Canyon Lodge. According to several witnesses of the fire that happened at the lodge on September 1st in the year 1932, her face was observed
Observed
in the flames.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
It just tickled your brain the right way.
To date.
It was such a big sigh.
Oh, no. To date, if a door is left open at the lodge, it slams abruptly. If you are visiting the National Grand Canyon, stay at the Grand Canyon Lodge or walk down the Transept Trail. You may just experience a few signs of paranormal activity. I know.
Ooh.
Okay,
Okay, read that last sentence one more time.
so it's just like an ad,
Oh.
basically, and I thought it was like hilarious. If you are visiting the National Grand Canyon, stay at the Grand Canyon Lodge or walk down the Transept Trail. You may just experience a few signs of paranormal activity yourself. Yep.
The Transept Trail is closed for the rest of the 2025 year because of the Dragon Bravo fires, so
Ooh, yeah, it
we will
is.
not be doing that this year.
Yeah, not this year.
I wonder what she'll be doing if she doesn't have anyone to haunt.
No one's too well at.
Living her best life.
Her best afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
The story of like her husband and child was that they went out on a hike and she was staying at the lodge herself, didn't want to go. It was kind of stormy. So like they maybe shouldn't have been doing that.
So they shouldn't have went
They
out on
shouldn't
the
have
boat
gone
in
on
the
a
choppy
hike.
water.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. That's lore. But like they just like never returned, and like she went out looking for them after like a couple hours of them not being back, and she just like never found them, and she was just like wailing and like, oh my god, like where are they, like crying and just wandering the trails. And then she went back to the lodge and hung herself.
Oh.
Oh.
So that's the story kind of like what, like her origin, I guess.
Her
Okay.
origin story.
Mm-hmm.
A
The
lot
lore.
of
The
origin stories begin with suicide, it seems.
Yeah.
So if you or a loved one is feeling suicidal or appear to be checked out, 988. That is the national line to call or text. There's always someone there. Always someone to listen, always someone to help. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
988.
988.
All right, I have a story because it was really hard to find anything else.
I hate that
About
when
her.
they're like, it's this big thing and it's here
then,
all
like-
the time, but then there's no personal accounts.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, people like see shadows
saw
on
it.
the trail, and they'll like maybe see her sometimes, and they'll hear wailing.
And you're like,
And, like,
okay,
that's,
but
like, the
who?
ghost
What are their
stories,
names?
yeah.
I want a personal account.
Yeah.
Where are you for me right now, Reddit?
Yeah, like
Yeah, Reddit.
I looked on Reddit, I looked on Tumblr, I looked on Your Ghost Stories.
And nothing?
I could not find anything about it. It would come up with like La Llorona, but that's not the same thing.
No, that's a totally
That's
different.
a totally different entity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
But
a
I-
different culture.
And a different culture, a
everything.
different place.
Yeah.
Completely different. But I did find a story by Amber Moon Priestess
Ooh, she sounds witchy.
in the state of Utah.
Utah.
Utah, or paranormal category, haunted places. I was hiking around near Dead Horse Point with my ex-husband Sean and some friends when we got lost.
Those fucking ex-husbands.
Yeah, goddammit, ex-husband Sean getting us lost.
Fucking Sean.
Fucking Sean. We had wandered off the trail and were just wandering around, and it began to get dark. None of us knew which way to go to find the trail again, so we kept walking. Just after the sun went down, I began to get the feeling of eyes watching us from the darkness. As we came over the top of the hill, we spotted firelight reflecting around the bend ahead of us. I picked up my pace and strode forward, thinking it was other campers and we would crash with them for the night, and then find the trail in the morning. As I rounded the bend, I stopped dead in shock. Sean almost running me down, and sorry.
Fucking
It was just, like,
Sean.
funny, just like Sean just almost running me down.
You need to work on yourself, sir.
Yeah.
You need some self-reflection.
And on down the line as our friends bumped into each other, muttering came from behind me, but Sean and I just stared mutely in shock. I was half right, it was other campers, but they were not of this world.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Dead campers?
Dead campers.
Ooh.
A small group of Native Americans were camping in a small alcove in the cliffside. I do not know what tribe they were from, but the scene was rather domestic and it appeared to be a small family group. An elder man in his late 30s, a woman about the same age, a man and woman in their late teens or early 20s, and a boy of about 5 or 6. The men were sitting by the fire eating while the woman bustled about setting up sleeping places and the little boy ran around playing. As we stood there watching, the scene slowly faded from view. None of them even noticed me or gave any sign that they were there. So, like, residual.
Yes, I was going to ask, do you guys think this was a residual?
It sounds
Definitely.
residual.
It sounds residually.
Residually.
After they had faded from sight, we stepped into the little alcove but couldn't find any sign of a camp or fire there. We decided to camp there until morning, then try and find our way out. When the sun rose the next morning, we searched the area more completely and found a couple interesting items. A turquoise bead and an arrowhead. Okay. We also found the back wall of the alcove was marked with dark patches like faded soot. We continued on our way and were eventually found by rangers. We were extremely found by rangers.
We were extremely found.
We were
They found
like
us so
the most
extremely.
found we had ever been.
Ever.
Yes. Who had began looking for us when we did not return to the campground at the time we said we would. I spoke to one of the rangers and he said that others had reported similar experiences. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fun
That's
story.
all I have. Yeah.
You're like,
I
it
like
wasn't the wailing woman, but it was still fun.
Yeah,
Yay.
exactly.
I like it.
I like that
Because
story.
Miss Wailing Woman had no information.
I hate that. That's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe in the wailing woman?
Why not?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Another woman in white.
Another
With
woman in white.
blue flowers.
They are prolific.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least they can see the blue flowers on her dress. That's
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
Not just white.
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 Wait.
Okay. Y'all want to hear about Wind Cave Canyon in South
Yes.
Dakota?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Okay.
Wind Cave Canyon
The
in South
Wind
Dakota.
Cave Canyon hike in South Dakota. The National Park Services describes the Wind Cave Canyon hike as follows. Wind Cave Canyon, 1.8 miles or 2.9 kilometers. This former road follows Wind Cave Canyon to park boundary. Limestone cliffs provide nesting areas for cliff swallows, canyon wrens, and great horned owls. Look for red-headed and Lewis woodpeckers.
I was going to say redheaded children.
Red-headed children.
Just everywhere wandering around in the woods.
They're just wild out there.
I must send Luke to be with his people.
Red-headed Lewis woodpeckers.
Mm.
Among the snag of trees of Forested Hillside. The trailhead is located along U.S. Highway 385 just east of the Visitor Center. Look for the gravel parking area east of the road. Okay, that's no more. This is me talking now.
Okay.
While you may have the fortune of seeing wrens, owls, and woodpeckers on the hike, you may also see a spirit or two.
Yay!
Fun.
Haunted hiking.
One of those spirits is Walking Sam.
Not Joaquin Phoenix.
No. Walking, W-A-L-K-I-G.
Walking.
Sam.
Like
S-A-M.
Sammy.
Sam is walking.
Sammy.
Supernatural.
Okay. When the sun sinks behind the black hills and the shadows of the plains grow long, you might not find yourself alone on that prairie at night.
Ruh-roh.
As the wind rustles the grass and the stars blink overhead, it's best to listen closely and not ignore the crunch of footsteps that are not your own. Because out there, somewhere in the dark, walks Sam.
Not Sam.
Oh, Sam.
Like the little trick-or-treat guy?
No,
Oh, different Sam.
much worse.
Oh no, oh god.
Oh, God.
So, Walking Sam is a mysterious legend, a South Dakota folk story of a ghost slice.
Go slice, yeah.
A ghost-like boogeyman who is said to live in the caverns of Wind Canyon National Park, but who comes out at night to haunt people in nearby communities. In fact, sightings of Walking Sam have occurred all across the Dakota region. He is said to be a 7-foot-tall specter
Ooh,
whose
that's too
job
tall.
it is to collect the souls of the dead. 7 feet is too tall.
So he's a psychopomp. But what is he doing with these souls? Is he helping them?
Let's find out.
Oh, let's find out.
Walking Sam saunters along behind depressed people.
Oh,
no.
Ready to take them away when their lives come to an end, whether of natural causes or not.
Gross.
According to Walking Sam.
According to Walking Sound.
For this podcast was scary.
It was so fun, so scary.
Okay, according to many, Walking Walking Sam is stick thin, skeletal humanoid
7 feet tall.
that stands 7 feet tall. Yep. It can move through the trees like a shadow or wisps of smoke. It has eyes but no mouth. When
Ew.
it raises its arms, silhouettes of hanging people, presumably its previous stuff.
So it's a collector.
Yeah, so presumably its previous victims can be seen beneath them.
No.
He calls
Yeah,
out to people and tries to encourage them to take their own lives.
Well, that is awful.
It is awful, and it gets worse. You just wait.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
no.
It is often said that he targets teenagers, specifically as they are more vulnerable and emotionally unstable. Some believe that Walking Sam is a spirit of someone who completed suicide and now walks the earth to lure people to the same fate, while others believe he's some sort of demon. Others yet believe that he is a manifestation of the trauma and bloody history of the indigenous peoples, especially because it's most often seen on the Pine Ridge Reservation, which houses people from the Oglala Lakota tribe. Pine Ridge, in specific, has been host to many a tragedy over the centuries, most notably the massacre of Wounded Knee, during which 300 Lakota people were murdered by the U.S. government, multiple high-profile murders, hundreds of suicide attempts, and dozens of completed suicides, and devastating poverty.
That land might be cursed.
Mm-hmm.
That is so sad and horrific.
While it might be cursed, I'm going to say it's more a result of colonization and capitalism.
Which is a curse.
Which is
Which
a
is a
curse.
curse.
Which is
True
a
that.
plague upon our society.
Because even today still, they're living in poverty and it's really hard, and the American government still treats the indigenous peoples like shit, and they have no access to mental health care, and that's why 109 teenagers attempted suicide in the last 5 years there. And so we talked about this already this episode, but we're going to talk about it again. Jesus.
988.
988.
And it's the national, like, it doesn't matter where you live in the States. I don't know what it is for people outside of the States. Sorry.
We should maybe figure that out.
We should.
So we can tell all the
It's like I have a computer in my hand.
hand computer?
Hand computer.
A computer of the hand.
This was not planned, but like mine also talks about suicide.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
that is so
no.
wild.
I am so sorry,
Holy cow.
everyone.
It's gonna be an intense
This is a
episode.
suicide heavy episode.
Maybe we should put a
Sorry.
trigger warning at the beginning.
We definitely should.
Mhm.
We definitely need to, because if this is too hard for you to listen, just don't listen.
Just
Yeah.
don't listen.
Listen
yeah.
to an episode that's more
Go
fun.
listen to episode 18, Haunted
Yes.
Amusement Parks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or go and listen to our little jaunt at the
At the Salem.
at the Salem.
Or were you going to say the Whitmore?
Or the Whitmore.
Or the Whitmore, yeah.
Yeah. Or listen to our cursed episode about movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
Anyway, many options.
Many options.
Keep talking.
Oh, well, I'm going to jump into a completely different story, so I'm waiting.
Oh, okay.
La 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 la
That's-
la.
I need to write international.
International Super Spy.
Isn't that like Phineas and Ferb?
No, that's the backyard
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
There we go.
Because I'm an international.
Is it?
Is it the same? Is it the same?
What is the global suicide hotline? Oh, I guess it's 988.
988.
Or 988lifeline.org. Yeah. So Then there's a crisis text line. Is a global nonprofit organization. You text 741-741. 741-741. And that's for the United States, Canada, UK, and Ireland.
Okay.
741-741.
And you text like home.
Home. H-O-M.
Two.
741-741. Okay.
Yes.
Reach out. You are not alone.
No, you're never alone. Because
You
we're
will
all
never
haunted
walk
as fuck.
Yeah,
alone.
there it goes.
You can always reach me.
You will never ever walk alone. Who knew this was going to be a musical episode?
I love that song.
Little sunshine.
Little sunshine.
Once again, go listen to Ghost.
If we haven't
The
recommended
band
enough
Ghost.
to buy it, sponsor us.
Adopt us, Papa.
Yes.
He's like my age. That'd be super weird. And I'm like, okay.
All right. At Wind Cave. This is by Rick Van Trippen
I like it. That's
Rick
silly.
been tripping.
on yourghoststories.com. He wrote this on October 2nd, 2024.
Same.
He says, it was shortly after the 4th of July holiday that I had begun a summer road trip. My aim was to see as many of our western national parks as could be squeezed into a 2-month leave of absence from work. My travel vehicle of choice would be a new Ford Transit, having purchased a little silver one. These odd boxy vans looked quite a bit like your typical neighborhood postal delivery truck. But I imagined it to be more like my NASA silver bullet capsule for a solo journey deep into the American West.
Ooh.
So, from Wisconsin, my first landing was the moon-like landscape of Badlands National Park, located in southwest South Dakota. After an incredible day of hiking through miles of the unusual sandstone formations, and with the sun setting over the big skies of the surrounding prairie, I had discovered a free camping area in the adjoining national grasslands. Located at the far end of the Badlands main drive and navigating a dusty gravel road to a somewhat remote camp area. Mistake number 1. Just kidding. I found myself being held up by a large male bison that seemed most comfortable standing right in the middle of the road.
That's how they be doing it.
Nearly as big as my little van, and with horns far more impressive than the honk of the transit, I granted the bull his time and space.
Like you have to do. You don't have a choice.
Yeah. Usually, it's a good idea to do that.
They're so big.
They're so big.
They're so scary. Then they just stand, they'll just like look at you in
They're
your
like,
car.
Hi,
They're just
I'm a bison.
Yeah.
Anyway, once at the rough camp area, and while I had slept in the van the night before at a South Dakota wayside on this night, I decided to pitch my small tent and crawled into my sleeping bag.
He was pitching a tent.
Anyway, at least a dozen or more colorful tents had dotted
Anyway.
an orgy.
An orgy of tents.
At least a dozen or more colorful tents had dotted the central grass area with some horse trailers and corralled horses spending the night off the side of the main loop. Stop.
Brokeback Mountain.
With an old mix of sage and horse in the evening air, I was feeling a little bit cowboy, and I slipped
Yeehaw.
off into Dakota dreamland. Sometime in the early morning hours, I was suddenly awoken by a heavy thumping on the ground, accompanied by some bizarre grunt-like sounds. Unzipping the tent door flap to investigate, it was as if my mind couldn't believe what I was seeing. A large black eye was looking directly back
Ew.
at me from only a few feet away. Shandy, I swear to God!
One-eyed snake.
I didn't.
Greg, I
We totally make a lot of peanut references.
We did say this at the top of the episode.
And I didn't say anything. I just laughed.
It was me.
I don't know
I
why
thought
you're
about
being
it.
mad at me
You want
right
to
now.
know why? You want to know why? Because I was probably thinking the same goddamn thing.
Did you just get in a fight?
Oh my god!
The girls are fighting.
Catch me outside. How about that?
No, I'm scared of you. I don't want you to hit me.
Okay, now that the tension is broken. A large black eye was looking directly
I'm not sorry. That is so
Large.
funny.
Oh my god.
Buttholes. So sorry, Kylie. All right, I'm ready to hear the scary story now.
Yes.
I'm crying. Okay, is it the black eye of a bison?
Okay. I gotta pull myself together. Ooh.
I'm sweating.
It is getting a little warm in here.
Craig, you gotta stop thinking about black eyes.
Oh my God, Craig.
I know.
Okay.
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 I'm not reading that scenario.
Please don't.
Okay. Surrounding the big black eye.
Sorry. I get it.
Oh,
Okay, I'm done.
can't
I'm done.
Stop laughing if you're
I'm done.
laughing.
I'm done.
It doesn't get better.
Oh no!
Oh
Just keep going. We can do this.
We gotta
We
power
can do
through this. We gotta power through this, or we're never going to. Okay.
no. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not looking at either.
Okay. God damn it!
We need to cut so much of this
Okay.
out.
Okay. I know as soon as I say this, it's gonna start again.
What does it say?
Okay. Surrounding the big black eye were tufts of dark brown hair.
Why?
Skip forward like a minute, 2 minutes maybe.
We can cut some of this out.
We need to edit some of
Oh,
this out.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We just laughed for like 5 minutes. Okay.
Like we're all crying.
Surrounding the big black eye were tufts of dark brown hair.
That's how you said it.
You're like, I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh. Did you guys just hear? Oh, god damn it!
Yeah.
Was that you?
I said, God damn it.
Okay. Okay.
Holy shit.
I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna get through this. If it's the
We
last
have
thing
to.
to do.
Yeah,
We
got
have to.
It'll be okay.
We must
Okay.
persevere.
Okay.
There's tufts of
There's
hair.
tufts of hair. And the whole head and horns of another huge bull bison.
Mm-hmm.
His head passed by my tent where his slumbering steps were punctured. It just gets worse. His slumbering steps were punctured by labored grunts. This is a
What
nightmare.
is this?
I'm just a kid and my life is a nightmare.
Why did you write it like that?
Why
Oh my
is
God.
this guy so sexual?
We made it like
We're
that.
the problem.
It's
Are you saying we're the
me.
problem?
Hi,
Hi,
I'm the problem. It's me. Okay, I'm skipping this next sentence and we're getting into it.
Okay.
Oh my God! boy.
Yes.
The trimmer size of his back end passed by me with his tail swashing back and forth and nearly slapping me in the chops.
Okay.
Okay. No sooner had he passed when, to my disbelief, I saw an entire herd of bison, big and small, making their way through the fragile nylon tents. Some of the bison were so close that I could hear them sucking and then expelling air from their saliva-dripping mouths.
Ew, they're
and
so
nostrils.
gross, I bet.
It was incredible.
Okay, sir.
This was the real-life American West that I had
People are
never
just
so
getting
stoked.
trampled to death in their fucking tent.
He's stoked about it, dog.
Wow.
This was the real American West that I had never dreamt could still exist, and here I was right in the middle of it, cow pies and all. After the last of the herd had passed through the camp area, I hurried behind to see them all disappear over the hillside and then down into a deeper ravine. Spotting a park ranger perched on a horse corral fence, I made my way over to ask him if any of the tents had gotten trampled. Obviously well experienced and cool-headed, the older ranger just smiled rather passively and said, "None far as I can see," and then asked him how often such an event happened. He said, "'Bout every morning." He replied, taking a sip of steaming coffee from his beat-up thermos.
He sounds like a badass.
In disbelief, I asked if the bison had ever trampled any tents or campers, and he replied, "Not so far. They just want to get to the creek for their morning water." He tossed away some undrunk coffee from the thermos and then stepped down from his observation point on the fence. As we walked toward his Park Service pickup, he further explained that after spending the night up in the grassy stuff, the herd would seasonally pass through the camp area on their way to water. As he talked, it was crossing my mind how this guy could easily give Hollywood's Sam Elliott a run for his money.
Who's that?
You don't know who Sam Elliott is?
I probably do.
Is he a cowboy actor?
My handlebar mustache,
Yeah.
gray hair.
Yes.
Well, he didn't always have gray hair, but recently gray hair.
Oh, him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, what a silver fox.
Sammy.
I'm into it with this long hair.
Yeah.
Oh, he should always have a mustache. Please never shave that off. Okay.
On my next and final night in the Black Hills, I'd slowly made my way through Custer State Park's scenic wildlife loop to a small campground located near the Wind River Visitors Center. Wind Cave became our 8th national park in 1903, and though I'd never heard of it prior to my arrival in the Black Hills, I'd learned that the cave was one of the largest in the world with over 143 miles of underground passageways and chambers.
That's a big cavernous chamberous cave.
It sure is. Ripe for haunting.
Haunting.
Ooh.
In a Park Service publication, I'd noticed an illustration of the cave and was amazed by its complexity. It was not simply a long underground tunnel, but rather an elaborate multi-level gridwork of interconnecting passages and rooms.
That sounds really cool.
It does sound really cool. I looked at pictures and it's rad. I want to go to there. At the Peaceful Prairie Campground, I made something to eat on my small cook stove as campfires had been temporarily banned due to hot and dry weather. We know all about that right now.
We sure do.
Crawling into my sleeping bag after washing dinner dishes, the skies had dimmed and the squirrels and birds had begun to quiet for the night. I remember a certain unease as I lay falling asleep contemplating all of those miles of hollow passageways running just beneath the same ground I was now sleeping on.
It's very pretty.
Excuse me. It is very pretty.
South Dakota, you're like hoarding all this beauty? Seriously.
Rude.
Those thoughts and the softness of the waning sunlight were abruptly interrupted by a noisy convoy of white trucks as they suddenly roared past my campsite and parked in a large open grass area. As soon as the convoy had come to a halt, clunking doors flew open and a dozen or so boisterous, sweaty, and charcoal-stained athletic young firefighters all piled out.
Sounds
Perfect.
hot.
Apparently, just back from fighting some forest fire. Like clockwork.
I bet they need a good shoulder rub. Me and Craig could help him out. Kylie's like, I'll just stand over here. Maybe there's some hot ladies.
Perhaps. Then, just as suddenly as all had appeared at exactly 10 p.m., all fell silent again, as if they seemed to have hit the sack with military-like precision. With calm restored only to the occasional rattle of the coons that had found some empty cans could yet be heard as a moon rose yet higher over the Black Hills.
Wild shadows just in the wilderness.
Wild shadows just in the wilderness.
Oh, she's the best dog.
She is the best dog.
She's a good girl.
She does look like a raccoon. I'd awoken early the next morning to the noisy chatter of the firefighters, all up just after sunrise for breakfast. Their pace seemed to have an urgency, and soon all were off to whatever forest fire required their skill. After my own breakfast, I made my way over to the Wind Cave Visitors Center to purchase my ticket for the morning's first tour. The entrance for the cave tour was outdoors and to one side of the Visitors Center. There's a long ravine that leads to a small block building, and that is where I found a couple dozen other ticket holders beginning to form a line. Since I was alone, and most of the others appeared to be excited and chatty family groups, I decided to hang back at the end of the line.
Oh, he's not making cave friends?
No cave friends. After a few moments, as I was simply enjoying the morning sun and eavesdropping on the banter between children and their parents in line,
Well, that's fun.
suddenly and with no warning whatsoever, I was struck by a wall of intense sickness.
Ooh.
Overwhelming nausea was accompanied by a panicked realization that despite my efforts to breathe, I was coming up very short of air.
Ugh.
At the same time, while trying to focus on breathing so as not to pass out, my thoughts were invaded by some knowing that we were all going to die in that cave. None of it made any sense, but there was no time to do anything other than focus on my breathing. I was not getting enough oxygen, and taking deeper breaths wasn't helping. I knew I should tell someone about what was happening, but where would I get the air? And I was pretty sure I'd vomit if I broke any of my concentration on taking regular breaths. Also preventing me from asking for help was the thought of how disruptive and embarrassing the entire rescue squad thing would likely be. As my ability to get air seemed to ease a bit, I then noticed that the park ranger had arrived and was unlocking the door on the small block building in the cave. Just then, a woman about halfway up the line was heard hollering to the ranger that her husband was not feeling well and may need some assistance. My first thought was that poisonous gas must be emanating from the cave. We must all be getting gassed, I thought to myself. The park ranger quickly yelled back to the woman saying, "Have him come up here and stand by me. If he's not feeling better, we'll get him out of here." I made no sense, I thought. Why would anyone want to get closer to the cave if we were all getting gassed? Then I realized that I was at the back of the line and farthest from the entrance. If anything, the closest people would be getting sick first. It must not be poisonous gas, I concluded, but then thought, should I go up and stand by the ranger too? How could this possibly help? After just a couple more minutes had passed, my symptoms seemed to be easing. The dark thoughts lifted, and suddenly I broke free and into a refreshing and welcome cold sweat. It was over, I thought. Thank God. The refreshing cool air of the morning and welcome rays of the morning sun swept in. Glancing up and wondering if anyone had noticed my peril, I saw the other afflicted man and his wife making their way back to their place in line. He must have also been feeling better. How strange, I thought. I quickly raced through my limited knowledge of medical conditions and the related symptoms, trying to guess what might have just happened. I'd had no known health issue and had a good night's rest. I'd been feeling calm and fine all morning until I'd been struck with that sudden severe sickness. And why the dark thought that we would all die in the cave? I'd been in other caves in the past and had no particular anxiety about going on this tour. Should I still go on the tour? What if the sickness were to return when I was deep down in some cave passage? What a nightmare. I assured myself that the Visitors Center would likely have no issue exchanging my ticket for a later tour, and that would be the safest and most prudent choice to make. This wasn't the first time, though. I was taking an unwarranted risk or found my body moving when my head reasoned otherwise. I remember a time back in college when 2 buddies and I had decided to sign up for a parachute jump.
Oh my god.
This was the same feeling. "Ticket, please," came the request from the ranger's assistant standing at the entry. Snaking my way down and into the cool dampness of a dimly lit passageway, I again smelled that unique odor common to the caves and my grandmother's root cellar basement. Early in the tour, the ranger told us of how 2 boys back in 1881 had been out rabbit hunting when suddenly one of the boys' hats had been blown off by cool air rushing from a hole in the ground. Intrigued by the phenomenon, the 2 boys returned the next day with shovels, ropes, and candles. Once lowered into a hole they had dug, the boys discovered the incredible natural wonder that had been hidden below ground for thousands of years. The ranger went on to describe how Native American tribes in the area had known of the hole itself, but considered it a spiritual place that had been given rise to the buffalo. For this reason, tribes in the area had never entered the small opening.
So of course we're gonna come.
dig it up. Eventually, with financial success that the railroads were having in bringing tourists to the nearby hot springs, South Dakota, it was speculated that the new cave would bring in additional ticket and lodging revenue. A house and a small hotel were built, and 2 families began providing tourists with basic accommodation tours of the Wind Cave. For young Alvin McDonald, the park ranger said, as one of a few children of the McDonald family, the job of being a cave tour guide was truly the adventure of a lifetime. His enthusiasm for guiding early tourists was only exceeded by his interest in exploring and then carefully mapping the endless cave passages and rooms. Young Alvin journaled every excursion into Wind Cave and complimented his discoveries with a collection of cave geological specimens. His explorations took him even deeper and deeper through the miles of uncharted passageways, chambers, and formations. All was accomplished with nothing but candles, ladders, ropes, and spools of cotton string used to find his way back to the entrance. To this day, the ranger said, Alvin has meticulously mapped more of the Wind Cave than any other explorer. We were told that Alvin's journal was on display in the visitor center and is now available online for interested readers.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool. The ranger next told us how Alvin's work continued through his late teenage years and that as a young adult, he had traveled by train to the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. At the fair, Alvin had erected a display to promote tourism in the beloved Wind Cave. With a growing knowledge of the cave, the ranger continued, Alvin had decided to pursue a college degree in the field of geology. Geology. They then revealed that Alvin, now just 20 years of age, had contracted typhoid while in his first year of college, and after returning home, soon died as a result of typhoid fever.
Oh, sad.
It was with those words and that supposed end of Alvin's life story, one of the tourists asked, is there any chance that Wind Cave has a history of being haunted? The ranger looked back at me and with a slight chuckle replied, oh, there sure is. Let me guess, I countered. It's the kid who did all the tours, isn't it? The ranger grinned. Yeah, it's Alvin.
But
Alvin
not Walking
McDonald.
Sam.
But not Walking Sam.
Oh, good.
The ranger went on to tell me the haunting information is also saved for presentation at the end of the tour, as to avoid frightening tourists with their when they're deep underground.
I mean, smart.
Yeah. There is an actual photo captured by spelunkers, cave explorers, showing a faint image of a boy they believe to be Alvin. The ranger said that it is a standard tour procedure of counting each person going in and coming out of the cave to assure safety of all leaving the chambers. But the rangers are also trained to stop and perform extra counts if anyone is in old-style clothing suddenly appears on the tour.
We just need to double-check the head count, everyone.
It really wasn't until days after my first visit to Wind Cave that I had pieced together some of the details about the day. It was only after watching many of the ghost hunting shows that later became popular on cable television that I heard of the overwhelming feelings of dread that people supposedly experience in the presence of or while being overtaken by a spirit being. It was this It was this overwhelming dread that best describes the emotion I'd felt as I had thought we are all going to die in the cave. I suspect the spirit of Alvin McDonald had attempted to draw life energy from me, or temporarily inhabit the being of myself and likely the other man who walked on the tour.
Wow.
I suspect that the park ranger, as a part of his training and experience, had come to know that by having an afflicted person stand near him, the spirit and sickness would depart. If I had informed the ranger that I was experiencing the trauma, suspect that, like the other afflicted man waiting in line, the ranger would have also instructed me to come stand near him. I guess the inference is that, for some reason, Alvin's spirit prefers to stay clear of park rangers.
Ooh.
The end.
Wild.
That was a long one.
That was
But
a
I feel
long
like it was extra long because of our
Yeah.
our intermission.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go to Wind Cave now.
Yeah.
I don't think we have many listeners from South Dakota.
South Dakota, where you at?
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Pop
guys.
off. Send us your ghost stories, South Dakota.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to hear more cave stories, please.
Yeah. Have you met Walking Sam?
I hope not.
If you have.
I also hope not. Good luck.
We need to go and have a talk with Sam
Yeah.
about how to treat people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
and how
cool,
not
man.
to be a dick.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you do have those stories, send them to seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com.
Mhm. Period.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now we will be traveling to the land of California,
California.
California.
specifically Hollywood land, or
Yay.
Hollywood as we know it now. Home of many amazing haunted hotels, many movie studios, and the place where many dreamers move to try to make their dreams of fame and fortune come true. I am obsessed with Hollywood and just LA in general, really.
Mood.
So much so much history, so many places I want to stay. I don't see myself ever moving there, but I do see myself visiting as much as possible in the future. If I could visit the Hollywood Forever Cemetery every month, I would be living my best life.
Yes.
Yeah. One of these dreamers who moved to Hollywood land hoping to become a silver screen siren came to her tragic end by her own hand. So, again, suicide warning. She is still hanging out scaring hikers and park rangers. This is the true documented story of Peg Entwistle, a woman who lost hope right before her life would have changed forever and her dreams would have begun to come true. Like, that just fucking sucks.
That does suck
Just
so
as
bad.
So, like, hang out. Don't leave.
Hang out. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah, things might...
You'll die anyway.
Yeah, you're good at it. We're all dying. Why make it come sooner? Anyway, in 1931, Millicent Peg Entwistle was living in LA trying to break into acting in the era of the talkies. Silent films was yesterday's news, leaving room for new talent to star in films that recorded voices. I have heard that many of the silent film stars did not find success in the talkies, leaving space for new talent that had the voices people wanted to hear. Peg was hopeful that hers would become one of these voices in the talking pictures on the silver screen. This would happen for her, sort of. The website US Ghost Adventures reports Peg's big break came in the summer of 1932 with the RKO film 13 Women. The producers made many cuts to the edgy film. Lesbian and suicide were very... Lesbianism, sorry.
Lesbian
And-
suicide.
Lesbian suicide. Sorry, no, but maybe. Anyway.
Maybe not, though.
Yeah. So there were heavy themes of lesbianism and suicide, and they were very risky subjects for the time. And Entwistle's scenes were greatly reduced, and she was let go from her contract with RKO after she finished filming this. So she was pretty distraught. On September 16th, 1932, heartbroken, discouraged, and financially unstable, she left her uncle's bungalow. She had been drinking heavily that night and told her Uncle Charles that she was going to meet some friends at a local drugstore. Instead, she drove into Griffith Park, hiking into the canyon and onto the 45-foot tall H in the Hollywood land. It said Hollywood land when she was there. It just says Hollywood now. Land fell down and they never picked it back up.
Mood.
Sometime in the night, she jumped to her death. Her body was discovered by a hiker the next morning at the bottom of the canyon. As we all know, so this is me talking again, not the article. Just because someone dies somewhere doesn't mean that they are going to haunt it. Also, just because no one has died there doesn't mean it can't be haunted.
Exactly.
Yeah. In Peg's case, she seems to be sticking around at the place of her death, scaring the living with her woman in white haunting style, appearing to them on the hiking trails around the Hollywood sign. In an article on Medium titled Most Terrifying Hollywood Ghost Story, Peg Entwistle, The Tragic Tale of a Forgotten Starlet. It was written by Eosty? E-O-S-T-Y? I don't know. That's weird.
Easterly.
Estoy. Estoy writes this of Peg's haunting antics. Beechwood Canyon Pass would become infamous for the many sightings of the ghostly visage of Peg Entwistle. In 1990, a couple was hiking the trail with their pet dog.
Doggo.
Good boy.
You mean the dog was walking their pet humans. When the dog, when it began behaving oddly, whining, yelping, and laying down because of something only it was aware of. The pet owners weren't sure what to make of it until they claimed a woman dressed in 1930s style clothing passed right by them. She's just
Trust
out
your
for a
pets.
stroll.
Your pets know.
They do know.
They
Trust
know.
your pets. Trust your gut. Trust your pets. She seemed to be disoriented to them, as though she was drunk or on drugs. I'm on drugs!
Drugs.
That was strange enough, but they chalked it up to being in Hollywood. I mean, fair. Perhaps the woman they saw was a performer or actress in costume. However, when they turned back to get a better look at her, she had disappeared into thin air. Bom, bom, bom! A similar incident occurred in the early 2000s that would go on to be covered by the Sci-Fi Channel's Paranormal Witness series.
Ooh.
Very serious.
Very serious.
A group of 4 friends, Tina, Elaine, Brian, and Al, decided to have some fun after attending a baseball game at Dodger Stadium. The Hollywood sign had long since been fenced off from the public, but they decided to jump in to touch the sign itself. So they're trays passing. Trays passers.
Naughty.
They managed to make it and accomplish their mischief. Did they go, mischief managed? Sorry, not sorry. But when they made their way back down, so they went up, they got to the Hollywood sign, they put their dirty little mangy fingies all over it, and started walking back down.
They were saying mischief.
Yes.
Set it on fire.
Set it on fire. Not really, though.
Brian tripped and fell down the hill.
Oh my god.
Stupid Brian.
Brian.
Was he okay?
No, I'm getting there.
Oh,
I'll tell
God.
you. I'll tell you.
Peggy in the afterlife.
Bom, bom. But no, not really.
Oh, disoriented. I thought you were gonna be like, yep.
No. Disoriented but unharmed. He made his way back up to regroup with his friends. On the way, he said he noticed a stranger approaching him on the trail. He described to Paranormal Witness what he had seen. It was a woman wearing a dress similar to the style of the 1930s. She wore heels and a veil over her face. That's weird. Anyway, she walked effortlessly up the hill. Her footsteps made no sound. It was only later that he learned of the tragic story of Peg Entwistle and the other sightings of the deceased actress in the area.
Ooh.
So Brian fell down and saw a ghost.
Boo.
Yep. Gardenias in the air. It is not just visitors who have seen Peg Entwistle around the Hollywood sign. Griffith Park Ranger John Arbogast has claimed to see her spirit on several separate occasions. He claims that she mostly appears in the area late at night and when it gets foggy, and that her appearance also brings with it the smell of gardenias, her favorite fragrance in life. Gardenias definitely are a strong scent. Very strong.
Very.
And distinct.
And distinct.
Arbogast has also said that she's triggered the motion alarms around the sign. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
The
Good
detectors put in place to stop vandals and possibly suicidal trespassers. He'd go to check the alarm when it was set off and find nothing, even when it would indicate that there was someone only several feet away from him.
Ooh.
Goddamn girl, she hilarious.
Yeah.
She's like,
She's like,
I'm setting this off and you have to come check.
Oh.
I would do that too. I'm an asshole
Right?
like that. Similarly, there's the case of Megan Santos, a jogger who regularly ran the trails around Griffith Park for exercise. One night in 2013, something happened. Something bizarre happened.
Ooh.
Megan was overcome by a massive sneezing fit. She was overcome by the smell of gardenias in the air and an uncanny feeling. According to Santos, and then there was this woman with blonde hair, and she seemed to be like walking on air. I immediately ran the other way. So this woman, she's like working
noped
out, and she's all of a sudden like sneezing, and she looks up, and there's just this lady there walking in on the air, just like, you know.
Yeah, nope.
And she's like, nah, I'm good, fam. And she just ran the other way. Smart. Devin Morgan, a resident of Beechwood Canyon, had a similar experience with the spirit of Peg Entwistle. She was hiking up the trail near the sign one afternoon when she noticed she was not alone. She saw a strange woman on a nearby trail who moved in abnormal ways, but it was not a knot deer.
Oh,
It was a
God.
woman. Devin claimed a white woman, a woman in white.
Ooh.
She looked very strange to me. She had a very etheric quality. Instead of walking, she almost glided. She wasn't floating. She didn't look like she was a ghost, but there was something very, very strange about her and very soft looking. Devin attempted to approach the strange figure, but by the time she ran up to her, the stranger had vanished, leaving nothing behind but the overwhelming aroma of gardenias. Hikers also report seeing Peg's visage performing her final act of jumping or falling off the H of the Hollywood sign. Would you want to see Peg, or would you rather have a ghost-free hiking experience at the Hollywood sign?
Give me all
everyone?
the ghosts.
Ghost,
I want to
please.
see her.
Ghost hiking.
I want to smell her. I want to see
I
her.
want to smell her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to smell her gardenia perfume.
Some, what's it called when you like smell ghosts?
Olfactory.
Olfactory. Yep.
We've had that.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Kylie had a shared olfactory experience
Yeah.
in this very basement.
Very basement.
Wow. So now we have to go to Griffith Park.
Yeah.
We have to go see the old haunted zoo.
Mm-hmm.
We have to hike the haunted trail.
Mm-hmm.
We have to try to smell the gardenias.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have seen Peg or smelled Peg, let us know. seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Send the stories.
You can also follow us on social media. We have Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube,
Facebook.
Tumblr,
Yep.
Seance with
etc.
my siblings.
Everything Seance with my siblings.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks for watching,
Thanks for watching.
and listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Watch us on YouTube and you'll see us waving. Bye.
Another one up the poop chute.
Another one up the pooch.
LOL.